Okay, so you've made it this far and you're curious if you should sign up for a second day or not. There's something I got to emphasize when it comes to wind. Again, the hardest part of long range shooting is making a wind call. The analogy I like to use is that wind is an art form. It is very much so something that you cannot just measure, plug in the information in your ballistic calculator and call it good. You have to develop a skill around calling wind. Technology is not good enough to determine what wind is doing, throughout the entire path of the bullet. We can have a Kestrel hold up our device, get a wind call where we are, but don't mean it's doing the same thing 1,000 yards downrange. You can't exactly run down there, get a reading, and run back. Now, can you? You have to use your eyes. You have to be able to see the wind, this invisible substance, and make a judgment call on what it's doing. And that is an art form. If you think about art, if you're like me who got into art, when your mom, it was like, hey, draw something, we'll put it on the refrigerator, all right? Everybody gets a thumbs up and we're very proud of everybody. If you want to be better at, stick figures, you have to keep practicing. And, through years and years and years of dedication, you can be an incredible artist. But if you're like me and you just stick with stick figures, you'll never progress. But wind, on the other hand, nobody challenges you to read wind. It is a completely new endeavor for you, and you're going to be like a child with stick figures. It's going to be very difficult, right, at first to develop the coordination needed to make appropriate wind calls. It takes time, it takes commitment. And this is why I am, pretty adamant that if you are serious about long range shooting, especially if you're a hunter and you're trying to make ethical kills on animals, you need at least 2 days. Many clients sign up for 3-4 days to ensure that they are not going into a situation unprepared. Wind is, again, by far the hardest part. You have to dedicate time. The thing I'm trying to avoid for you is I don't want you to be that guy who goes out to long range, thinks he knows what he's doing, but the vast majority of what he's doing is just guessing. I see it way too often. People at the long range, they sit down, they got 160 rounds of ammunition, and they're going to blow through all of it in that day, and they're not going to learn a thing. They're not going to practice properly, and basically they're using Kentucky windage to hope and pray their way into hitting the target. That is not going to work with us. We want us to know with confidence that we are going to hit that target the first time. And that is, again, one of those things that takes commitment. But you have a trainer, a coach sitting there right next to you that when it comes to the hard lessons learned, I'm going to be able to highlight those and have those hard lessons learned be exponentially smoother, and the knowledge intake will be way, way faster than if you're going out trying to do this out on your own. So I hope this communicates to you that when you talk about investing in long range, I guarantee you I'm the cheaper option, because the amount of money you would spend on ammunition to learn as much as you will learn in a day or two with me is way higher, right, than the investment into me. Don't just guess, know what you're hitting.